Exciting win for us Saturday to pick up our first Conference USA win on the road. North Texas is Dan McCarney is a fantastic coach. Those guys played really hard. We knew it was a game we were going to have to go earn. You know, they weren't going to give it to us. And what I think I was the most pleased too is the fact that we went from 5 turnovers against the University of Texas. We didn't have any this week, and our defense created 3, and that was really the big difference in the game. Our offensive line in that game, Coach Ben Clark did a masterful job. We had 2 or 3 young men get injured. We had to do some mass substitution in there at times, and was really pleased with how every man that came in stepped up and performed. Jawan to come in healthy and have 100 yards rushing, I think, you know, shows what that offensive line and Jawan are capable of, the different faces that were up there. So pleased with our receivers. Dennis Parks was the type of game he had. Zach Wright. Not only are they catching the football, they're very physical on the perimeter blocking, and I think, you know, that's leading to a lot of the extra yards downfield that we are getting. And, you know, it was nice to see Dreyfus just get into a rhythm. Really started about midway through the second quarter, through the third quarter, where you finally saw what our offense is capable of when we play and we don't press. Really pleased with that performance. Held the ball for 41 minutes. You know, the only thing I did not like, we had a 16-play drive with no points and a 13-play drive with no points. And, you know, it's important when we're going to hang on to football, and at the end of those drives, we do come away with points. Defensively, you know, it's some of those young players continue to improve. J.P. Thompson had a big game for us at the safety position. Tavari McGaskey at linebackers, some names you hadn't heard a lot of. We're starting to step up, really make plays. Brian Womack, Derek Brown. Just, you know, we're going to be a work in progress, and our goal is to get better each week. I think we've done that both offensively and defensively. James Fairbairn settled in this week punting. We had nice hang time. We had nice ball placement. You know, we still got to get consistent on our field goal unit with Jack, but I think we're making strides that we need there. He's got a very good leg, and when you're a young freshman, there's just going to be some growing pains, but he's very talented and very capable. So pleased with that performance. Going to Waco now, you see in their 2 outings what they're scoring per game, and you see what they're averaging per game. I mean, Art's done an incredible job offensively there. Phil Bennett's doing a nice job defensively. And, you know, it's one of those we go in and, you know, you got to dream big. And, you know, we were dreaming big when we went to the University of Texas. We got to believe we can do it, and we got to go there and play like we can do it. It's one where we're talking about if we have 16-play drives, we got to get points. Because Art calls a very aggressive game. They're going to throw it down the field. That's what Baylor does. And we got to try to do all we can to keep it out of their hands. But looking forward to it. Like I said, excited to be 1-0 in conference, 2-1 on the year. The best is yet to come.
Coach, you mentioned pretty much every week the maturity and the growth of this team. How much Saturday was it good to see how early the guys basically said, you know, last week is last week, let's take care of today?
Well, it was good to get over that, you know, the Texas game and come back and perform the way that we did. You know, what's changed around here so much too is, you know, going to 3 straight bowl games. People get ready for us. You know, people in Conference USA want to beat us. That was a big game for them. So it was really nice to see our players, like I said, go earn it. You know, North Texas made us earn that game. That's a tough place to win. And, you know, we've got to put that one behind us, get total focus on Baylor. You know, you try to be 1-0 each week. We got to roll into Waco next and be at our best.
It was kind of like that Wagner game where big rain came and then that heat kind of came through. Were you glad that you had Wagner?
Yeah, I tell you what, that was hot because it rained all, you were there, it rained all the way up till kickoff, and it was like a hot, humid Houston day. So I know playing in the Wagner game and getting ready during camp here, that's something that we are used to, but it was like a Houston day. It was not the weather we were expecting. But once again, we didn't have any problem with the heat, and it's a tribute to how hard these guys worked all summer to Coach Yox and his strength staff.
I'd like to have the versatility on offense that you have. You finally saw Dreyfus kind of find his rhythm, only 10 incompletions, but then again, you put up 400 yards rushing too. So you can do it both ways. What's that like as a coach to have that?
You know, I tell you what I do like, we held on to the football in that game, the fourth quarter, 12 minutes. You know, it is nice to be able, we also ran 90 plays. So it's nice to be able to go up tempo when you want to, but it's also nice to say, you know what, we need to grind the clock, and we can do that with Dreyfus, or we can put Luke Turner in the game and go more to our option game and, you know, try to play keep away. And that's, I think, part of the game that you gotta be good at both. I just really like the personality of this team with Dreyfus. You know, he has an understanding of the game of when we need to eat clock and when we need to try to run the offense with less friction and get it down the field.
Such big, meaningful senior classes over the last couple of years have gone through here. How do you feel about the identity at certain positions? Guys starting to find their roles a little bit more, knowing where they're going to fit in, and what you guys want to do?
Yeah, you know what, and that is important, because, you know, during 2 days, there's always that storming phase where roles are being defined, but it doesn't stop just when camp's over. You know, there's still a lot of guys that are trying to get their niche and make the bus, but, you know, going into week 4, really we have our identity and we know who's going to play where. But what's nice too is we have quality depth here now. Nobody plays by default. You know, you have to perform every Saturday because there's somebody young and eager, you know, that's looking for their opportunity to step in and play. And competition does help you.
You guys have played a lot of, quote, big games against big name schools, so I don't think your guys are scared of that challenge. What is, though, the biggest challenge of going to a school like Baylor where, you know, obviously there's 80,000 people, they're all against you? Is that something you guys kind of embrace, kind of the family, us against the world?
Yeah, I mean, we love the fact that you're going there. It is, you got to have that mentality. It is us against the world. You know, I guess the biggest challenge is we know they're ranked 4th in the country in one poll and 5th in another. They're a good football team, you know, and you don't see a lot of weaknesses offensively or defensively. They're talented everywhere. They're talented in special teams. We'll absolutely have to play our best to beat them.
You dominated Texas in so many areas. Does that help the guys' belief system that doesn't matter who we're facing, we can play and beat them if we play our game?
Sure it does. I mean, we still, you know, we learned some lessons from the Texas game. And, you know, you learn to work in a loud environment. Procedurally, you didn't see a lot of problems, and I think that'll help us moving forward.
Talk about Cam.
We brought Cam in to be our punter. And he's got an incredible leg, but he was an all-district receiver. And so when James Fairmont actually locked in that job, he wanted to try another position. And so we moved him to receiver just so we could have a scholarship sitting on the sideline. He's very talented, he's very athletic. Kickoffs, he was going to do them all year, but he had a sore spot on his foot. And so that was why we delayed kicking him until the